Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I will call to order the special meeting of the Asheboro City Council for Thursday, June 11th. It is a public hearing regarding our proposed budget for the 2021 fiscal year. I will get right into the agenda and I will open the public hearing. I'll call on our finance officer, Ms. Reeves.
Good evening, Mayor, City Council. As the Mayor said, this is the public hearing for the proposed 2020-21 budget. This budget was introduced in detail last Thursday, the 4th. We'll be going over the highlights of it today, but not at the same level of detail that we did on the 4th. I will note that the copy of the entire proposed budget is available for public inspection and review in the city clerk's office and is posted on the city's website, www.asheboronc.gov, for anybody who wants the deeper level detail. 2020-21 fund allocations are $48,249,510. Of this, $31,829,273 is allocated to the general fund, and $16,420,237 is allocated to the water and sewer fund. In the general fund budget, the tax rate recommendation is to remain at the current level of 0.665 per $100 valuation. That is not a change. Fund balance allocation in the general fund is $2,311,236. The general fund budget and the water fund budget are adopted based on departmental level. On the screen before you and on the internet are the individual dollar figures associated with each department. In the category of general government, there's $4,370,155,000 allocated. That includes the departments of mayor and governing body, city manager, finance, legal, city clerk, information technology, municipal building, planning, community development, fleet maintenance, and human resources. These are the departments that work internally to support the operations by supporting the everybody else. Excuse me. In the areas of public safety, the allocation is $15,794,590. That includes the police department, the fire department, building inspection, and fire inspection. In the area of transportation, we're allocating $1,724,299. That includes the departments of operations, city engineer, and the airport authority. In the area of public services, we're allocating $5,411,009. That covers environmental services and the street department. In the area of cultural and recreational, the allocation is $4,529,220. That includes the departments of arts and cultural services, recreation services, municipal golf course, library, and facilities maintenance. Moving on to the water and sewer fund, we are not recommending any rate changes. The minimum bill for the city of Asheboro water and sewer customers includes 150 cubic feet of usage. Inside city limits, you've got water and sewer. The minimum bill is $31.09. For consumption over 100 cubic feet, 150 cubic feet per 100 cubic feet is $2.74 for water and $2.81 for sewer. Outside city limits, the rates remain the same, $34.43 minimum for water, $42.10 minimum for sewer, and for consumption over the first 150 per 100 cubic feet, it's $6.85 for water and $7 for sewer. Again, this is not a change. In the water and sewer fund, we're allocating, as I said earlier, $16,420,237. And that covers the billing and collection department, the water meter operations department, water maintenance, wastewater maintenance, and the water resources division. The water resources division include both of our treatment plants, the water and wastewater treatment plant, our technical services department, systems maintenance department, and water quality. The 2020-2021 budget adoption hearing is scheduled for June 25th on Thursday at 7:00 p.m. Again, a copy of the full proposed budget is available for public inspection and review in the city clerk's office and is posted on the city's website. Moving on, in 2021, we are proposing certain allocations for economic development purposes that are other than real property and location incentives. The city of Asheboro has historically and continues to partner and support financial local agencies with economic development activities. These agencies are the Randolph County Economic Development Corporation and Asheboro Randolph Chamber of Commerce. We are requesting an allocation of $55,000 to Randolph County Economic Development and $25,000 to the Asheboro Randolph Chamber of Commerce. Randolph County EDC provides the following services: new industrial manufacturing company recruitment and site selection services, existing industry manufacturing technical assistance, training assistance, installment financing assistance, state economic incentives information and assistance, and international trade services and information. It also actively solicits and recruits industries targeted by the city, including the following sectors: distribution and logistics, transportation equipment, medical equipment, fabricated medicals and machinery, and plastics. The city of Asheboro receives the following services from Asheboro Randolph Chamber of Commerce: small business assistance, resources and advocacy, retail business development, community events and promotion, local youth and adult leadership training, and downtown center city development and support. This year, the city of Asheboro has a new partnership that they're very excited about. The city is going to be partnering with the Downtown Asheboro Incorporated to administer the city's Main Street program, and we are budgeting to contribute $100,000 to the organization in 2020 and 2021. There are a variety of services that we received with this partnership, and I'm going to turn that over to Justin for him to go over all the different services and explain the partnership in a deeper level than I am able to do.
Thank you, Ms. Reeves. Are there any questions of Mrs. Reeves regarding the information she just shared with us on our budget, proposed budget? Thank you so much. Mr. Luck, come forward, please.
Good evening, Mayor, council members. So I want to thank Debbie for introducing Downtown Asheboro Inc. and our Main Street program. And what I'm going to go through with you tonight is a little bit of a review and recap of what Main Street is and what we've accomplished so far, and then go over the expectations and the future of our program. So first, talking about Main Street. So Main Street's hitting a major milestone this year. Main Street is turning 40 years old. We're fortunate that 4 of the original communities are in North Carolina. The closest one to us would be Salisbury. So Main Street is a tried and true thing now, 40 years in the making. Main Street is multiple things, really. One thing it is a network. Again, we're looking at across the country. This is a nationwide program, over 1,600 programs across the country, and around 80 in North Carolina. So it's a great network to bounce ideas, share ideas with partners all across the United States. Also, Main Street is a designation. It does say something. It is a status. It shows that you have reached a certain level in your downtown revitalization efforts. Main Street's a funding opportunity. There are, from time to time, grants and similar things that come up and are limited to only Main Street communities. But more than anything, what Main Street is an approach, a 4-point approach to be exact, to downtown revitalization. They like to say that it is economic development within the context of historic preservation. And this Main Street approach has been employed now for 40 years all across the country. I'm transition now and talk about a little bit about the impact of Main Street. And you'll see some statistics here. These are North Carolina statistics. The top 2 graphs we're looking at last year alone or 2018 through 19 along. And then the bottom graphic is looking over the 40 years of the program. So you can see facade improvements, building and business expansions, building rehabilitations, job growth, private investment, public investment. You'll see that the private investment both in the past year and overall, this is straight from the Main Street report, but unfortunately there is a little issue with that pie chart down at the bottom, but the private investment does exceed the public investment. So this just gives you an idea of the impact the Main Street program, the Main Street approach has had in North Carolina since its inception and recently. So Main Street in Asheboro, 3 years ago, the city of Asheboro made a commitment that we wanted to become a designated Main Street community. And how you do that is first apply to be part of the Downtown Associate Community Program. It is the building block program to becoming a designated community. So in 2017, we applied and we were one of 3 communities accepted into the program. And it's a 3-year program, and we're happy to say that we have now successfully completed it and are ready to move up to Main Street status. We are eligible for promotion. So I do want to go through just a few things we have accomplished through this program in the past 3 years. One of the first things we undertook was a visioning exercise that brought together around 30 members of the downtown community to create a vision for the future of downtown revitalization in Asheboro. And you'll see in this vision underlined, we have 3 economic development strategies. They are becoming a gateway to the world's largest zoo, the North Carolina Zoo, promoting our spirited group of entrepreneurs that offer an eclectic mix of retail, dining, arts, and culture, and providing a wide range of living opportunities or residential opportunities. So from that vision, we then transition into a work plan. And as we move into a designated Main Street status, this will become an annual work plan. And you'll see on the left-hand side, we have our economic development strategy. This is the gateway to the zoo. And then across the top, you see the 4 Main Street keys. There's a lot of new stuff going on. So economic development strategy on the left, the Main Street 4 points across the top, and then we create action items under these 4 points to implement in a given year. So a lot of these items from our initial work plan are underway or have been completed. One of those items you'll see on the right is the Children's Puppet Parade, which was a partnership among a lot of organizations, primarily the Partnership for Children, to bring in hundreds of children into downtown across several child care centers, each class doing their own hand puppets and larger classroom puppets. Unfortunately, it rained, and then the virus situation this year, there was going to be a repeat. However, you will go downtown now, for example, went to the Flying Pig for lunch, and you'll see children's zoos-themed artwork in their windows, and that was born out of this program. So now that we've reached year 3, going into this, becoming a Main Street community, we knew that there would be expectations and requirements. And I did want to go through some of the major ones with you right now. One of the requirements is that we have to participate in all services provided by the North Carolina Main Street Regional Planning Center. Those are the annual conferences, the training, there is required training, there are regional meetings, and there is an annual managers meeting where you will be expected to participate in all of those. Importantly is the next one I want to highlight is to obtain a 501c3, 4, or 6 nonprofit designation or be designated as a department of local municipal government. So this gets into the administration of the program. And there are multiple options to do that, really 3. And we spent a lot of time deciding what was the best way forward for us. Whether do we want this to be administered by a nonprofit, do we want to administer it ourselves to the city, or do we want to do some sort of quasi relationship between a nonprofit and the city? And we feel that the best way forward is the nonprofit 501c3 route. And some reasons for that are the nonprofit route is the traditional way of Main Street. Historically, most of the communities have used that method. Also, we had a working group downtown, the Downtown Business Association, that from its inception had a goal of becoming a nonprofit and managing a program such as this. The nonprofit route also provides more creativity and flexibility for event planning, for fundraising. In that respect, most grants and other funding opportunities are available to 501c3s. Also, private individuals can deduct contributions to a nonprofit organization such as a 501c3. So for those reasons, we feel that the nonprofit administration route is the best way for the city of Asheboro. We also, to be a Main Street community, must maintain an active board of directors, which I'll get into in a little bit through Downtown Asheboro Inc. Also, the Main Street community must employ a full-time, 40-hour-a-week paid professional Main Street director. And this will also be handled by Downtown Asheboro Inc. We have to demonstrate an established vision for downtown, which we have created a vision and undergone a visioning exercise, and a mission that defines the role of the organization. We have to establish an annual work plan for downtown, which we have done an initial work plan, and we'll begin doing that annually. And we also must submit annual statistical data in July and a program assessment survey in January. So the statistics that I showed you a little earlier, those come from these required statistical data reporting. And I think it is to be expected that not only will these statistics be reported to Main Street, but reported to the city council as well. So those are the requirements, and we are listing Downtown Asheboro Inc. to serve as the administrator of the Main Street program. Downtown Asheboro Inc. is a registered 501c3, and a board of directors has been established. We're very proud of this board. We feel it's very strong, provides a wide range of talents and skills from business owners, downtown property owners, downtown business owners, nonprofit managers, people with experience in insurance, accounting, a CPA, and background in education. So we feel this is a great board to lead this program. Lastly, one of the next steps will be to hire a downtown manager, and I kind of want to talk with you about what the expectations of a downtown manager are. Downtown manager will be expected to develop and retain strong working relationships with property owners, business owners, and residents. It is expected that the manager will make routine trips through downtown and visit business owners, property owners in person on a routine basis. The downtown manager will manage monthly meetings of the board of directors. They will oversee the annual budget. They will conduct the annual planning session, recruit volunteers, and assist in fundraising. They will also carry out events and manage social media and DAI website as part of the promotion point of Main Street. They'll work with property owners and business owners to encourage thoughtful and appropriate design improvements. And they will also maintain a database and webpage of available spaces and properties and support business recruitment and also business retention. So those are the things that will be expected of the downtown manager. So we're very excited to reach the end of our 3-year DAC journey and transition into Main Street. We're very thankful to the council for their continued support of downtown revitalization. And if you guys have any questions, I'd be happy to answer them. And we do have a DAI representative here that would be happy to address the council as well.
Is there exact geographic boundaries of what that entails, or is it just more of a feel?
We will set exact boundaries, and it'll be done through the bylaws of the Downtown Asheboro Inc., their bylaws. Some communities have a municipal service district, and that sets the boundaries. We don't have that, so we'll be kind of setting the boundaries on our own.
How specific are the goals of historic type preservation? And as a specific example, I'm just curious about the church on the corner of Sunset and Cherry, potentially being redeveloped as a reuse.
Yeah.
I'm not sure exact age is what you get to be old, but it's old.
Yeah.
You know, historic, I mean, how does that fit into this purview? I mean, it sounds like a wonderful project you're doing, but you're not restoring a church. I mean, they're
Yeah.
reusing it. So how does that fit in?
So reuse, rehabilitations are encouraged. I think you can look at projects like the mill offs. The program doesn't envision the use staying the same through time, but they do envision reusing buildings and keeping with their historic character. And that's mainly done through encouragement, as opposed to local historic districts and things like that.
And they didn't share anything with us that was, well, anything that, whether it's material reduced, we don't know, but still.
Yeah.
It's just,
The largest thing Main Street tries to accomplish is the demolition of historic structures.
Right.
But to reuse, rehabilitate, even if for a different use of the church, converting to a banquet center, that would be encouraged.
I just, somebody to do something.
Yeah. Yeah, I think like the mill offs.
How narrow the desires were or problems.
If the owners so choose, there are historic preservation tax credits available even for small projects, $200,000 and $300,000 projects. And that is outside the purview.
Yeah, and if they go that route, it's real specific, as I understand.
It is, but then again.
But there's a reward for it too, yeah.
And you have to complete the project, you have to give before and after and cost estimates to apply. You do phase two, you do a as finished or as built, and then you can get the tax credits after you complete the project. And Main Street will certainly assist with that type of preservation, but it's outside the real scope of what Main Street does.
They encourage historic preservation, but.
And not having a historic district, we're kind of at this point, we're kind of at the mercy of the individual property owner and what he wants to do with his
I
property.
think it's very worthwhile to have a focused and organized direction, and encourage.
Where do we stand with the creation of a small district?
So-
We're studying that.
So that was another project that came out of this program. I spoke with Heather Fernbach, our consultant, a couple days ago, actually. She was able to get out in downtown and do her physical survey in March, before the pandemic affected things and shut everything down, basically. So she's done majority of that, and she's very happy with it. There are a couple places she would like to come back and re-photograph. So since that time, she's been doing a lot of research and writing. She goes to have the first draft to us fairly soon. Her research has been impacted a little bit just because she can't get into the library and get to certain resources, but apparently we are getting close to getting a first draft of the nomination.
Excuse me,
Go ahead.
have you developed specific requests for the zoo yet at this time?
We have established kind of a co-advisory board with the zoo, and Diane Villa with the zoo, and sometimes Dave Whitaker have been coming to all of our DAC meetings. So they've been very active and very excited about being part of this project. As we look towards doing some of the zoo design items such as street signs, crosswalks, Diane's marketing team has been getting us drawings, vectors, the things that our engineering department needs to get to the contractors to make those design improvements. So they've been very involved and are very excited.
Has there been any feedback about on-site, like you mentioned, pictures, advertisers, that sort of thing, on the trams and that kind of thing? Has that been explored? I'm just curious whether or not they can allow that.
Yeah, not as much yet. I know they do some things. They may have brochures and things. That is one thing we need to explore a little further.
But when you decide what you want to do, let me know.
Yeah.
I'll present what I can.
Sounds good.
Ms. Carter, do you have any questions?
I have one. Do you have any idea how many approximately businesses that we're talking about that would be involved in this?
To set the boundaries, we've used what the TDA has used in the past for the downtown walking maps and the downtown kiosk map. I believe that totals around 115-ish businesses in the downtown area that will be within the boundaries. And I think it is expected of the downtown manager that they will try to involve as many of those as possible.
Would there be a way like, either through the internet or through a newsletter that they would contact each month or whatever they do, however often they meet? All of these different businesses, I think to keep them included, not just ask them to come to the meetings or whatever, but to keep the businesses included would be, if I will have some type of monthly or quarterly newsletter.
Justin,
Mhm.
we currently do that under the DDA, which is then going to roll under the DAI. A lot of acronyms, but yeah, to answer that question, yes, there will be a regular newsletter. I'm not know
I think that would be a great expectation
Mhm.
of the new director to include and contact everybody in this area and let everybody around the area know about either newsletter or some sort of communication.
Yeah, and importantly, all of these meetings of DAI will be open to the public. So we're not just looking at only including downtown businesses, but downtown residents, property owners. So this will become a more inclusive effort than what the DBA has been doing the past decade or so.
Well, and would that link also possibly be tied to the city website and the chamber's website? I mean, have
Yeah, I think we will route.
cross pollination there,
Yeah.
for lack of a better term.
Any other questions or just,
Justin, going back to your pie chart, that page,
Mhm.
what's the criteria for the small town Main Street community? What determines that?
To give you an example, Liberty used to be a small town Main Street. So you're looking at communities around Liberty size. I'm not sure it is based on population. I'm not sure what that population cutoff is, but you are looking at smaller communities such as Liberty, probably Randleman, that would fall more under the small town Main Street program as opposed to the larger Main Street program. The larger Main Street program, the population cutoff is 50,000. So if you're over 50,000, with the exception of, I think, Burlington, because they were brought into the program before they hit that population mark. Communities over 50,000, so like Charlotte, Greensboro, and High Point would not be eligible for Main Street status. You have to be below that population.
Justin, will there be a membership fee charged or expected to participate from businesses?
dues?
No, we anticipate this will not be a dues organization similar to the chamber. We don't want to duplicate that model and require downtown businesses to have two separate paid memberships. This will be more of a friends of downtown. All downtown stakeholders are invited to participate in this process, in this program, with no membership fee required.
Funded primarily by the city.
Yes, and as the program moves forward with a full-time director, and as the board becomes more active, I think fundraising events will become a part of that funding source as well.
Any other questions? Thank you, Justin. Appreciate it. And you've done a great job for the last 3 years as the primary driving force behind our associate program. And in preparation for us graduating to the Main Street. And so, thank you. This public hearing that I opened earlier is a dual public hearing tonight, which it will also satisfy the requirement for an economic development public hearing on our economic development funding. I will ask first in the area of our general proposed budget, the proposed operating budget for the city of Asheboro. Is there anyone in the audience, in the building, that would like to address the council tonight regarding the proposed fiscal year 2021 operating budget for the city of Asheboro? Okay, we have none, and now I will We have some representatives of the three organizations that we do include in our economic development portion of our budget. Here tonight, we have, and I will ask Linda Brown from the Chamber of Commerce to speak first. You were prepared to speak, were you not?
Yes,
Okay.
thank you, Mayor Smith and council members. I'm real happy to be here tonight. We appreciate your support of the Asheboro Randolph Chamber. We enjoy our partnership with the city. We look forward to working with the people here. You've got a deep bench in your management group. We have really enjoyed working with Justin with the leading up to the Main Street program designation. We're very proud of what the city has led us through to get there. Among the things we do for the city with the support you give us is we help coordinate the summer event, which was going to take a big change this year, but it might be bigger than we had anticipated. With the Christmas parade, Christmas on Sunset, but the city is also our partner in the Field of Honor in a very big way. And that's an event that I think all of us are very proud of. In terms of retail development, we've done several things to assist the city and support businesses both downtown and throughout the community. We track retail sales on a monthly basis, and the April figures are out today. And so far this year, we're 4.5% up over the same time period last year. And those numbers are just through sales activity of March. So the April numbers that they post at the State Department of Revenue actually reflect March spending. So we're looking forward to seeing what the May figures, which represent April, look like, and so on, moving through the COVID time period. We ended 2019 7.8% above 2018, so that was a big increase. We had gone kind of flat for a year prior to that, so it was good to see the numbers going back up again. Other things we've done during COVID, we put out over 100 different messages to our members and the community at large, providing resources for PPP. What is it, how to get it, how do you apply? We had information on the SBA loans we distributed, city and county resources that were available, things the city did to help assist people through this time. We had over 4,500 people click on something we had sent out to go to our webpage to download information we had posted there. And I just think that the community itself, I mean, we had well over 23,000 that engaged with our Facebook pages, our posts alone. So I think the community has done a great job supporting each other and trying to help everybody else get through it. And the one last thing I'll say is we did call every single one of our members. We're over 800 members now, which makes us probably the third largest in the triad. Checked in with people, see how they were doing, see what we might be able to do to help. There were a lot of people we couldn't reach, left them messages. But the one thing we heard from everybody is they couldn't wait for things to get back to normal. And I saw that as the single unifying thing among the business community is they're gonna do whatever it takes to get back to normal. And that's no surprise, that's what it's like here. So I just wanna thank you again for all your support and see if you have any questions for me or if there's anything else we can be doing. Thank you very much.
Linda, thank you so much. We value your partnership, our partnership with you greatly.
Well, thank you. And thank you for your service on the board of directors too.
Missed a meeting yesterday.
That's all right. I wasn't gonna say anything.
Self-reported.
Had other crises to manage. Okay, and Alan Pratt is here representing the Main Street Program, the Downtown Business Association, soon to be Main Street Program. And you are also a recipient of will be a recipient of next year's budget for economic development and Main Street, so have at it, Al.
Yeah, hopefully I can talk well enough through this mask, if not, let me know. Just a little history, it was mentioned we've been doing the Downtown Business Association for about a decade. We actually started in 2011, and that was an offshoot of the Downtown Development Committee that was started through the chamber. And don't even ask me the date that started, that's been going on for a long time. So that was how we got started on the Downtown Business Association. The ultimate goal was always to kind of go for that nonprofit status to help spur some events downtown, to attract more people to downtown, just all around, just to improve our downtown community. We have, through the Downtown Associate Community process over the last 3 years, and leading up to this, we've gone through a lot of iterations, if you will, on who's going to manage this Main Street program. We've looked to the chamber. We've looked, as just alluded to, a quasi-private public model. And so that's what finally got us down to the Downtown Asheboro Inc. as just a nonprofit or standalone organization. But in that Downtown Associate Community conversations that we've had on those past 3 years, we've seen a lot of interest brought up from other people within the community to refocus on downtown and what can we do with downtown. One of those 3 avenues on our vision, as we mentioned, is the residential component to downtown. You have a number of folks who are now looking at how to do residential in the second stories of these buildings downtown that previously just sat empty. And so that's new investment from some new property owners. These are things that would not have happened, I don't think, without the focus of what to do within the downtown community. And some of this is, part of it's encouraging from when we get to Main Street status, the possibility of having some financial grant opportunities, lower interest loans, those types of things. And so that's one of the reasons we're really excited about Main Street downtown. Also allows us to do, the events we currently do in the park, St. Patrick's Day, the Oktoberfest, all that. Joel's been kind enough for Four Saints to really kind of spearhead those. But in order to do them based on our city's ordinance, we have to partner with a nonprofit. And so those types of fundraising opportunities have been going to other nonprofits. We hope to be able to drive some of that revenue back to the Main Street or Downtown Asheboro Inc. to help with some of the Main Street funding as well. And so it just helps us grow that as we continue to move forward. Hopefully we can attract more people to the downtown area and come to more events. We've got a few new restaurants, or at least one new restaurant as a result of this, and some expansion on some others. Just really kind of helps drive that momentum. Hopefully we get past the current state of y'all spread out like this and us spread out to come back together and have some celebration within our downtown community. But I do encourage y'all to support the funding for DAI and the manager that is needed to help promote that, because right now we are a very much volunteer-based organization. All of us have day jobs, and it's hard to get out and do what needs to be done when you got to do your normal day job. Sort of preaching to the choir on that, but fully understand that a full-time staff person can do a whole lot more than myself, Joel, and Barbara, and the other handful of folks who join in from time to time.
Any questions of Al? Thanks, sir. It is very exciting to know that not too far down the road, we will have a full-time director for Downtown Asheboro Incorporated, and I expect great things from that move to Main Street. So thank you, Justin. Thanks, Al. Appreciate you being chairman of the Downtown Business Group for
A long time.
Anybody else in the room that wants to speak to the council regarding the proposed budget?
Mayor, I'd like to add, just for the record, RC Economic Development Director, Kevin Franklin, President, cannot be here tonight. He's actually testifying over the county commissioners at this same time. Of course, I've been the chairman and served on the board. Mayor Smith's on the board now, and we know the good work they do. But he did ask me to enter that for the record, that they sincerely appreciate the partnership with the city of Asheboro.
Thank you, Mr. Albert. Any questions regarding Economic Development Corporation? Okay. If there's no one else in the building that would like to address the council regarding the proposed budget, I will close the public hearing and adjourn the meeting.
Just before we adjourn, Mayor, because we're meeting under the COVID regulations, we will still receive written comments for 24 hours. So if a person listening or watching on YouTube or should call City Hall tomorrow, or hear us on our, they're welcome to call me, John Osborne, City Manager, Debbie Reeves, Finance Director, or Holly Dorr, City Clerk.
Okay.
If you don't know who to call, just get the city main number and they'll find one of us. Also, Mayor, upcoming on some
Two things.
events.
Yeah, two things I've overlooked, the upcoming events, Sunday, this coming Sunday at 5 o'clock at the historic courthouse on Worth Street. There will be a unity prayer walk, which we were told about last week during the council meeting. A very strong group of people have organized this, and they had asked that they would love to have the council and the mayor attend if possible. The mayor will be there. And then Thursday on the 25th of June, we will have our budget adoption meeting right here at 7 o'clock. Anything else that anybody has to, as far as the calendar? Okay, any other comments there?
They want to mention about the Copperhead.
We were notified yesterday that Copperhead Baseball, CPL, Coastal Plain League, has suspended the summer program. There will be no Copperhead baseball this summer. The Ronnie Pugh, the American Legion coach, has cobbled together a North Carolina baseball program that might start in July, assuming we progress. As most of you know, here at Randolph, our cases continue to rise. We are not taking this very seriously. Many of us are not. There are 3 states in the country where the cases continue to increase, and that's California, Georgia, and North Carolina. And 3 counties, the top 3 counties in North Carolina, I've been told Randolph is one of them, where our cases are continuing to rise. So we need to wear our masks, we need to socially distance, and take this a little more seriously than many of us have been. So please stay safe. We will see you possibly on Sunday evening at 5 o'clock at the courthouse. There will be a march to the East Side Park, Brewer Street Park. And then absolutely see you on Thursday, June 25th. Ms. Carter, thank you for joining us tonight. Hope you're doing well.
Thank you.
Everybody stay safe, and this meeting is adjourned.